Recording. Welcome all of you. We'll start with today's class. Om Sadashivam Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Children, we all have been doing Bhagavad Gita classes and we all know it is like a guidebook we have for our growth as a human being to achieve our greatest potential goal in our entire life. And what is that goal? We all know it is freedom from all the unwanted things and be happy with the most wanted thing. This is what we have learned from Bhagavad Gita. Now this has been inspired, Bhagavad Gita is inspired to so many big people. One of them is Abdul Kalam, the late APJ Abdul Kalam, our president. And you all know about him. He always reflected his work and he took this from Bhagavad Gita. He has quoted several times that knowledge is power. And knowledge, this power will become your wings. So what is that knowledge? Knowledge about knowing your potential higher self. Even Sunita Williams, she is in news nowadays. She is stuck in the space and she is going to take 100 extra days to come back to Earth because of some problem in the shuttle. She too has quoted Bhagavad Gita as her inspirational book and they have applied in their way, and so we are applying. The great giants, Albert Einstein, who was an atheist, he doesn't believe in God in the initial part of his life. But when he met Rabindranath Tagore, and when Rabindranath Tagore quoted some verses from Bhagavad Gita, and then Albert Einstein read Bhagavad Gita, and then he understood whatever he is inventing is already a discovery, not an invention. That God, whatever he has created, cannot be invented. It can be discovered or rediscovered. He has quoted this several times. So we are studying Bhagavad Gita also, and we all know that it is how many chapters? 18 chapters. All the 18 chapters are divided into 3 shatakams. This is a revision because many of the children are new for them. Can Sharo or someone explain this? What are the 3 shatakams? Aditi, okay, go ahead.
So, the whole Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 shatakams or 3 sections. So, the first one being Pratama Shatakam. So, this includes the first chapter till the 6th chapter, if I'm not
Correct.
Yeah, till the 6th chapter. Now, this Pratama Shatakam deals with the Tvam Padartha, which is the self, and Karma Yoga, basically your actions or your Swadharma. And our Swadharma in this age is to study. So, your Karma Yoga or the Panchamaha Yajna, which we have learned. And moving on to the next Shatakam, which is the Dvitiya Shatakam, and this is from the 7th to 14th chapter, and we are in the 7th chapter, which is a part of the Dvitiya Shatakam. This talks about the Tat Padartha or God, Brahman, and this mainly emphasizes on Upasana Yoga. And finally, Charama Shatkam, which is the third and the final Shatkam, which deals with the Asi Padartha, which is the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma, which is self and God, and mainly focuses on Jnana Yoga. Thank you and Hari Om.
Excellent. So, children, this is the entire nutshell. This is how Bhagavad Gita is divided for understanding. Okay. And we are in the second chapter, second part of it, that is middle part, and the first chapter in that is seventh chapter. Let us dive into it. Now, one important lesson we all should know. Don't you have this feeling that you are in a journey? Whenever there's a journey, you have some responsibility, you have some rights. But imagine you are a pilot. You are a pilot and you are taking this bus on the in the air, Airbus. What it represents in life is when you are mindful, you are living in the present. The pilot has to live in the present. The two wings of our life, one represents the past experiences. It can be good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, but it has to be left in the past. And our future expectations, which may be small, medium, major, very high expectations, very low expectation, whatever it is. But the other wing also has to be left as it is. The pilot has to focus on the present. He has to focus where he is in the moment. Then only the plane will steady and it will land wherever it has to. It will go properly, it will land properly. This is the most important lesson from Bhagavad Gita, children, that we have to focus, we have to be mindful of what we are doing. So what is the central theme of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7? Chapter 7 central theme is God has made the entire world, entire universe, entire cosmos, galaxies, everything. But there are some things which we know through our five senses, and there are some things which is unknown. There are this known thing is called apara, and unknown is called para. Or the known is called jnanam, the knowledge which we get through our five senses, and the vijnanam, that which we have to experience, that we cannot get just by our five senses. Okay, God can be seen in a form of Vishnu, an idol of Shiva or Ganesha. But to understand what is God, we cannot use our five senses. We have to experience it. So this is what is going to be talked in the entire 7th chapter. It is just to understand God, give our devotion to it by different ways, nothing else. We have so many ornaments like bangles, earrings, necklaces, the wrist bracelets. They are different things, but they are made up of one gold. So to know gold, we know ornaments. So this is how we will understand in 7th chapter. Now, to know what is invisible and visible, one example which I told last time, whenever we see milk, do we see the butter in it? No. The butter or the ghee is there in it, but it is invisible. It takes some process to churn the milk. First, it is converted into curd. Curd is converted into buttermilk, and then the butter will come out of it, right? So this invisible part is nothing but para, and the visible part is apara, what you can see. Also, God says that He is the cause and the effect. Now, children, if I suggest that we are all someone's child, right? Then we ask, who's your parents? You can immediately name them. You know your cause because of your parents. Same way, your parents are caused, or they are children of someone else, right? But God, He doesn't have any parents. He is causeless cause. That means he was there before anything was born. So that's why in this chapter, he will tell why he is there before anyone is born. All this will be dealt in the next few verses. Like, first we have to go through, first stage is that we see Lord in some form of avatar. So what you see in the front is Krishna. But we know Krishna is only a human form taken by Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, we have seen in 11th chapter, the Vishwarupa Darshanam. He is having multiple heads, thousands of feet, legs, and he can be good and he can be ugly also, depending upon what he is doing. So that form of God we cannot decipher, we cannot understand. So God comes in a form which we can understand. That is a avatara of Vishnu. Vishnu is Rama, Krishna, Parshurama. All these are avatars. So what is visible to our eyes, what we can tangibly see, touch, feel, but what we cannot visibly see is that is also given in this chapter. What we have done till last class, we have done 5 verses. The first verse, what he is telling, Shruno, to Sri Bhagwan is telling to Arjuna, Tan Shruno, what do you listen? Number one, keep God as your destination. And number two is do what you have to do. That is self efforts. And number three is always seek the grace of Lord. Sometimes what happens? While putting your self effort, like a student studies very hard and he gets good marks. In the first semester, he will get number one. He sometimes tend to become overconfident and he might lose on in the second semester. But if you always seek the grace of Lord, if you always consider today's result is definitely because of my self efforts, but also because there was grace of Lord. I was never sick during the examination. I never fell down and broke my arm. That is the grace of Lord. If you keep that in mind, you will reach the destination, that is freedom. This is what is told in the first verse. Second verse, he says that jnanam means knowledge, and knowledge about whom? The God for his devotee. And vijnanam means experience, that God is not different from the devotee. We have seen this. God can be seen ekarupa. Means what? Like Anvit likes to chant Rudram, so he will like Shiva. Or Anvit likes to chant Ganesha Stotram, so he will see God in one form. But then after he grows, he knows God are in different forms, different Aneka Rupa. And finally, God is Arupa. He is not in any form. Just like we have seen in 14th chapter, the attributeless God. That God is in space, air, water, fire, everywhere. And these 5 elements are there in each part of you and surrounding you. So God is everywhere. And in the third verse, he says very important thing. Why I am telling all this to you? Because Arjuna, out of 10,000 or maybe more than that, only 1,000 people take liking for scriptural studies. Out of those few thousands, some will become a sadhakas. They will really attain the saintlyhood. But in that, very few, maybe handful, will get moksha. This is what is saying. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. And in the fourth verse, he's trying to explain about himself, tat padartha, that the 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, that is 5, and the cosmic means whatever in the cosmos there is an ego, like example gravitational force, then cosmic intelligence, and the unmanifest chit or consciousness or existence. This consists 8 parts. These 8 parts and the consciousness is 9. So this is all nothing but myself, what he says to Arjuna, that is Lord Vishnu. And in the last verse, we saw again the continuation, the 8 elements and the Jeeva is a lower nature of God, that is Saguna form. Did we do this Saguna Nirguna form somewhere?
12th chapter.
Exactly, 12th chapter, 14th chapter, we have done this. So Saguna form is Saguna, means there is attributes, and Nirguna, Nir means no attributes. So the 8 elements and the Jivatma is the lower form. So all of you, including your parents, myself, all are made up of the same elements, but If it is limited to the body, they are saguna form, lower nature. That is visible nature. Invisible is we can't see the Vishwarupam. Now, all this is dealt in last chapter, last class. We will start today with the 7.6 verse. Let us see what Krishna is telling Arjuna more about him. Moksha, are you ready?
एतद्योनीनि भूतानि
एतद्रून्
भूतानि सर्वाणीत्युपधारय अहं कृतसनस्य जगतः
अहं कृष्णस्य जगतः
परभव परलस्यथा
परभवप्रलयस्तथा
Ascertain that all things and beings have these two prakritis as these material cause. Therefore, I am the source as well as the ground of dissolution of this entire universe. In this verse, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that he is the source of origin of the entire cosmic body. Soul and material are two energies of God. After combination of these energies, the whole universe comes into existence. All physical bodies grow because of existence of soul in them. Similarly, the universe grows because Lord Vishnu Krishna is saying there. So, Lord Krishna is the reason of all reasons. Lord Krishna says that he is the creator and destroyer of the universe. Creation and destruction are the external process. It is same as a human body takes birth, grows as a child, becomes young, and after getting old age decays. Similarly, the cosmic bodies follow this process. Only God is eternal. Thank you, Hari Om.
Children, मोक्ष, what did you understand by this? हिंदी में क्या बोलेंगे इसको? क्रिएशन, डिस्ट्रक्शन एंड सस्टेनेंस, इसमें क्या दिया है, क्या शब्द दिए है?
सर, क्रिएशन होता है बनाने वाला.
करेक्ट.
सर, और डिस्ट्रक्शन होता है उसको तोड़ने वाला.
करेक्ट. और सस्टेनेंस? तो हमें ये क्लास इसलिए करना है कि हम समझ पाए. तो मुझे लगता है कि आप अगर वर्स लेते हो तो मैं वापस एक बार बोलूंगा कि आपको ये वेबसाइट पर जाके, मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी कहा था कि कैसे आप चैंटिंग कर सकते हो. फॉर ऑल दोज हु हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड, आई विल जस्ट वंस अगेन पुट इट. गीता चैंटिंग में जाके ये आपको वहां से पढ़ना है. जैसे कि अभी देखो 7th वर्स 7.7 है आपका, राइट?
सर,
हेलो
सर, हमारे लैपटॉप में अच्छे से आवाज नहीं आती.
ये लैपटॉप की जरूरत नहीं, मोबाइल में भी आता है.
नो सर, क्लास के वक्त नहीं आती.
Sir, his verse is 7.6. My verse is 7.7.
Yeah, so anyway, for those who are not able to chant properly, I would request you to go to geetachanting.net, and if you play it very well, see,
एतद्योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणीत्युपधारय अहं कृष्णस्य जगतः प्रभव प्रलयस्तथा.
then you can also play single.
एतद्योनीनि भूतानि.
Children, I am seeing there is very less.
Sir, this is the way how I learn.
Yeah, no, it is not about who you are learning. I want everyone to learn, right, Anvit?
Yes, sir.
So good, you are learning. I saw you are sending me. I'm very happy with, but I want each one of the students who are coming to the class to learn this way. Otherwise,
सर
hmm,
सर मैंने प्रैक्टिस करी थी, लेकिन है ना लैपटॉप में बोलने पे अच्छे से आवाज नहीं आती।
कोई बात नहीं है, बट मैं सिर्फ बता रहा हूं कि जिनको भी डिफिकल्टी हो रही है वो गीता.चैंटिंग में जाए, वहां से अच्छे से पढ़े और फिर वैसे ही करे, ठीक है? और जब भी आप इतना लिखते हो ना, तो बाकी बच्चे हैं, छोटे बच्चे हैं, उन्हें समझने में दिक्कत होती है। जैसे आपने एक बार एग्जाम्पल देके बोला था, वैसे बोलना है, ठीक है मोक्ष? एग्जाम्पल देना है, क्या समझ में आया इसमें, ठीक है? जैसे मैं अभी बताऊंगा is in this verse what God is trying to say, that he has two natures. What is visible to you is apara, and what is not visible to you is para. So that which is not visible and visible is both God, because he created it, he created the universe. One example is given is, this is a classical example. We see the waves in the ocean, visible, but we don't see the calm water in the sea. It cannot be seen huge, because waves are only small part of it. Ocean is so huge, both in the breadth and in the depth. Some places it is higher than the mountains up. So that vastness of ocean is not seen. That vastness is consciousness, that is God. So you remember this example: para and apara, visible and invisible, higher and lower, saguna and nirguna. This is what is explained in this verse, very important verse. Okay, so God is saying whatever you are seeing and whatever you can't see is me. Remember this. So children, try to give some examples. Nowadays in the class, I see very few are giving examples. They just copy paste from the book or somewhere and they just speak. That is not intention of our class. Each one, each child should understand. Okay, this is the intention of our class. Let us go to the 7.7 verse. Sharon.
I will chant the verse. Mattah parataram nitya nanyat
Mattam
Mattah parataram anyat
kinchidasti
kinchidasti dhananjaya
kinchidasti dhananjaya
Dhananjaya
mayi sarvamidam protam
Mai
Mai sarvaidam protam
sutre manigana iva
Sutre manigana iva.
The meaning of this verse is all created beings have their source in these two natures. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. Here, Krishna is telling there are two types of energies, material and spiritual. Like for those both energies, he's the origin, creator, and destroyer of all created. Like said in the previous one, I will give an example of Lego, a very famous toy we've been playing since our childhood. We can make many things, even the things which were not meant to make. So we want to make a rocket, we make a satellite. So you can create many things with it. The material energy are the bricks, like the physical thing that, like that yellow top part, which you can see when you're building, or the sides, which you see after it's done. And the holes and the things on the top are what hold them together. After the thing is finished, you don't see them. All you see is the finished product, the material one. But the thing holding all of that energy together is a spiritual energy. Take yourself as a Paramatma. You build it, you destroy it, you make it in your own way. So that's one example of Lego. Spiritual energy is what makes material energy, it is the soul. Then there is material energy, which gives us pride, happiness, vision, the ability to touch objects. That is the material energy. There are many other things. Both of these are God dividing Himself to make it easier to create. So the elements, all of the elements, the periodic table, the ocean, fire, the cosmos, the different gods like Vayu, Varuna, are all God splitting Himself. Similarly, spiritual and material energy are two forces, the strongest ones, of God's divisions. Using this, He has created us, but we should know that they are both one. Hari Om.
Thank you, Sharav. Thank you very much. With a good example that you can be, when you play a game, you are using that game for building, that is making things, then you can sustain it and you can destroy it. Just like Brahmaji creates, Vishnu sustains, and Shiva destroys. So this is one more, but the most important part of this verse is Sutre Mani Gana Eva. What does it mean? God is creating, sustaining, all is correct. But then where is God? How is God is telling, I am like the string in the beads. You can see this mala of beads. Similarly, consider one bead or one small things as different planets, different satellites, whatever in the asteroids in the entire galaxy. They are strung together with God. God's force, God's energy or consciousness. And this is what he's telling to Arjuna, that I am not seen, invisible, like the string. What you see is all these planets, the space, and we are in one of the planets. Okay, so generally people will ask, where is the God? What should be the answer? Anyone? Someone?
Within you?
Okay.
Sir, within you and everywhere.
Yes. So the answer would be where God is not. He is everywhere. Because it is within me, everywhere, in everything, in the entire cosmos, like the invisible thread which holds on everything. If the thread is not there, what will happen? It will all
everything will be scattered.
Scattered, dismantled, broken, just like all these beads. Similarly, imagine the cosmic thread is not there. The consciousness of the God is not holding it together. In no time, destruction will happen. You understand? So it makes the cosmos, it sustains the cosmos, and it dissolves the cosmos. This will come in the next verses. This is the meaning of this Sutre Manigana Eva. Okay, this is very important verse. We will take a break on the verses and let us have story of three Shilpas by Nayana.
Hari Om everyone. Today I'll be telling the story of a very local story of Karnataka. So I have taken a story which was there many years ago in my Kannada book. So how does a sculptor sculpt a statue first? So a sculpture, as you can see in the first picture, a sculptor has to use a hammer and a nail to hammer all the designs into the rock, so that into the stone or rock, that it will become it becomes a sculpture. So the sculptor only can sculpt the rock when the rock or stone permits him. So there is a particular type of rock. So there's a particular way of checking. If you go to a sculptor and ask, how do you know that which rock you have to sculpt? He said that we have a particular way of checking how if the rock wants us to sculpt or not. So using that particular way, long ago there were three stones a sculptor wanted to sculpt. He asked the stones, and this is a period of time when it was believed that all the normal solids like rock, mountain, and all used to speak to humans. So it is said that, and it's a very local story, and the story goes like this. So there was there was a sculptor who wanted to sculpt three beautiful statues of a three Devadasis, okay, who are dancing. Uh, because and then all three stones permitted the sculptor to sculpt it, and the sculpture was definite. The first stone took 1057 beats and said, I can definitely not do this. Please stop, it's raining a lot. So the sculptor had to stop because uh, the stone didn't permit it, and so the face part was done for the stone and the rest was just a rock. So then he started sculpting the second stone. The second stone took up till 2527 beats and said that please, it's raining a lot, I can't take it anymore. And by the time, sorry, it was 4,000, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry. It was 4,527 beats the second stone took. And then it was really hard for the stone to take it. So it was like, please stop sculpting me, it's very hard. And it was only done till the waist level. So the third stone took almost 10,000 and beyond beats. So that the third stone took 10,000 and more beads to just become a beautiful sculpture. And these three sculptures were seen by the sculptor. The first sculpture was only till the neck, second sculpture only till the waist, and the third sculpture was completely complete. He asked the third sculpture which he had made, didn't you feel pain? The third sculpture replied that even though I felt pain, I wanted to be a beautiful statue, so that I could be kept somewhere and be remembered. I would see upon to see. People would see me and say, what a beautiful statue." This can be even applied in our daily life. If we leave to do everything, we completely say that no, I have understood everything in class, I don't need to learn anything more. I'll just come home and just just 1 or 2 lines I'll read of the chapter, and that's enough. That's done. Then you'll become like a first stone in the exam or test which you have to write. You will only know very few answers, and the other answer will be completely unknown, and you have to do the guessing work. And if you be like the second stone, who will be like, I have understood this much, I have understood this, I have understood in class, but I'll come home and read one chapter, that's it, done, and I'm going to go to play. If you do that, then you'll know the answer to only half of the answer, only half or little more than that, but won't be able to complete the whole question paper and will have to do guessing work again. But if we be like the third statue and be like, I need to study all the subjects and all whatever I will not understand, I'll go ask ma'am. Or I'll go ask madam or sir. That if you be like that, you're going to become like the third sculpture, who is going to be the best sculpture, and you can pass all the exams. Hari Om sir, thank you for listening. I hope you could understand the story. Hari Om.
Yes, very good story. We all understood it. So, you consider the statue as your goals in your life, like maybe any studies, anything. And who is going to sculpt it? Is it your parents or yourself?
Sir, ourselves.
By your chisel and hammer means what? By your hard work, following the timetable which you have set, sitting in the place, studying. So it's all up to you, children. You are grown-ups now. You are knowing what to do, but you have to apply also. So that's a very good moral and very good story. We now go to 7.8 verse by Anvit. Anvit, go ahead.
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
Rasohamapsu kaunteya
प्रभस्मि शशि सूरयोः
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
शब्दके पौरुषं रुषो
शब्दके पौरुषं नशो.
The meaning of this verse is Krishna is everywhere. Krishna says, "O Arjuna, I'm there in everyone. I'm there in river, ocean, trees, and everything. I'm in the sound, even in the human body. I'm in the taste, etc." Thank you.
Very good, Anvit. And nicely you have chanted very well, and you have explained also. So, Arjuna, I am in the taste. I am just like when you drink some beautiful juice, very nice, tasty juice. What happens? The water part, which is mixed with the taste, sit on your tongue's taste buds, and that gives you taste. Means your brain will get the information. This is rose water, or this is some milkshake, or some sweet or sour. So he's saying that essential taste buds, it is me, that which makes you conscious about the taste is myself. Now he's trying to give different examples.
Telling you something.
Yeah. So another is, he's saying the light or the illumination in the moon and the sun, which you see from the earth, that all the effulgence is none other than God himself. Secondly, he's also saying the intelligence in the man, or the knowledge or whatever in a purusha. Like we all know the monolithic age, how we have grown from a chimpanzee, all that stages in evolution. But what is evolved in us from the animals is intelligence. So that intelligence part is nothing but God. This is because God is sitting there. That's why we are human beings, different from the animals, because he has given a higher power in you, and we have to make use of it. And he also says the sound in the space, which is none other than Omkara. In the space means it is huge. We are only a tiny, mini part of the entire cosmos, one small part, and we cannot hear what is there in the space. But he says, I am the Omkara, the word Om, which is a condensation of all the scriptures which you can get. We are reading Bhagavad Gita, so Omkara is what I am. So he links all this, and don't you feel we have done all this? Almost how many this type of thing where we have seen? In which chapter? 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga.
We have seen it there.
Yes.
Like,
in Vibhuti Yoga, we have done how many? 72 Vibhutis of Lord, which is explained to Arjuna. Same way, here he's trying to give some Vibhuti, because it is 10th chapter is in the end of the Shatakam. This is at the beginning of the Shatakam. Okay? With that, we will come to today's last verse by Swastik. Swastik, over to you.
The 9th verse.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay, 9th. Just a minute. 9th verse. Am I 11th? 9th, whose verse was there?
It was mine.
Oh, have I missed it?
Probably.
Okay, but you have sent me, right? Wait, 1 minute.
Yeah,
I will
I've sent it.
just hold on. I will give you that verse. Where is Aditi? Oh. Okay, Aditi, can you see now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hari Om, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I request everyone to chant after me. Punyo gandha prithivyaam cha
Punyo gandha
Gandhah
prithivyaam
prithivyaam cha
cha
tejaschasmi vibhavasau.
tejaschasmi vibhavasau
vibhavasau
Jivanam sarvabhuteshu
Jivanam
Jivanam
sarvabhuteshu
sarvabhuteshu
tapaschasmi tapasvishu.
tapaschasmi
tapaschasmi
tapasvishu.
tapasvishu.
You. O Arjuna, moreover, I am the fragrance in the earth, I am the heat in fire, I am the life in all beings, and the austerity in ascetics. Next slide, please. In this verse, Krishna describes how he pervades the natural world and his presence in all aspects of life. He is present in the essence of various elements and qualities, emphasizing his presence and the divine nature that underlines all creation. The pure fragrance of the earth, the heat and fire and the life forces in all human beings, and the austerity practiced by ascetics are all expressions of his divine presence. So Krishna is giving examples. This verse highlights the concept that Brahman is everywhere and in everyone. Everything in this universe is Brahman, be it a small piece of paper or the whole entire universe. We must look at everything as God, be it your fierce competitor or your very dear friend. In conclusion, God is present everywhere and mainly inside you. Thank you and Hari Om.
Excellent, nice, very well presented. So it is just the continuation that God is letting us know He is there in space, water, fire, earth, because all slowly He is taking all the elements. And these elements are none other than within you, outside you, around you, everywhere. Let us see what is in the 10th verse. Swastik, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Now I request that everyone chants after me. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam
Bijam
Bijam
mam
mam
sarvabhutanam
vidhi partha sanatanam
Vidhi
Vidhi
Partham Sanatanam
Sanatanam
buddhir buddhimatamasmi
Buddhir
Buddhir
Buddhir Matamasmi
Buddhimatamasmi
tejas tejasvinamaham.
Tejas
Tejasvi
Tejasvinamaham.
The literal translation says that, O Arjuna, know that I am the eternal seed of all beings. I am the intellect of the intelligent and the splendor of the glorious. Now, what this verse tries to explain to us is that Krishna states that he is the seed of this universal tree of your parents, you, me, and all beings that will exist in the future, which exist now, and those who have existed since the start of time's existence or Kalasya Arambha. So this says that Krishna is the true life force behind your life, my life, your parents' life, everyone's life. Krishna is the main driving factor. Then Krishna proceeds to say in the next stanza that he is the intelligence of the intelligent. Those who are intelligence, he is their intelligence. और in Hindi, बुद्धिमानों के बुद्धि है. And he is the splendor or glory of the glorious. Those who have lots of splendor within them, or they have lots of name behind them. Who is this name or faction or factor truly? It's none other than Krishna. So Krishna is how much you have learned, how much you will know, and he is how much fame you will get, how much infamous you will become. He is all of the factors within your life. Thank you everyone for listening to my verse. Thank you Sachin sir for giving me this verse. Thank you.
Excellent. So till now we understood he is everything, including the intelligence which we have got and the understanding which we get. All this also is Bhagwan. There are many examples to know it. Maybe in the next class I will produce some examples. For today we will stop here because of want of time, and we chant the ending verse. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Sir,
Who wants to volunteer for